So you guys got a quick run through yesterday, but first maybe full training this morning. I mean, first day out here, how did everyone look? How do you feel about how the first day went?
Yeah, good. I think we're all excited. You know, it was too long an off season, but it also gave us some time, like I've said, to reflect and really prepare, and you know, prepare the preseason and lay it all out. And that's the way we're going to follow it, in a very methodical way. From a physical standpoint, that's obviously very important to stay healthy. You know, it was no mystery last year. We had guys injured, and we want to stay healthy this year, and a big part of that is laying a good foundation physically, and then also tactically. We feel like we need to reestablish, I think, you know, a clear identity of how we're going to play, and get back to doing what we did best to win the championship, doing what we've done best to win games, doing what we did last year at home, but doing it more consistently home and away. So we stressed some of those things today on the first day. But again, this is my 5th season, so we have a way of working. But it's on us and myself and my staff to make sure we're reestablishing those things, maybe clarifying them a little bit more. And with the new guys, they're getting up to speed with everything.
It looked like you had over 30 guys here. What's the exact number of players you're planning on having in preseason?
With the trialists who will be trickling in the next several days, we have 3 trialists, and with the players, Guzman, who arrived today, Michael Almick is the only player that's not healthy right now. He'll be back shortly, but with everybody, that'll be 37 players. So with the draft picks, you know, it's about 26 first-team guys. There's 8 T2 guys. There's 3 trialists, and then the only 2 guys who aren't here and won't be here for the preseason in Tucson is Nagby and Roy Miller. So it's 37 guys, and you know, with the trialists, it's basically 10 new guys. So there's a good amount of returning guys as well, but it's nice to have some new energy, some fresh guys, and you know, some of these guys with the trialists and so on, the draft picks, maybe they'll make it, maybe they won't. But we also know there's rostered guys that we're going to prepare to play on that first game, March 3rd, and we have to really remember that we're playing a game here in under 6 weeks, and every day adds up, and we need to be flying for that first game. But we'll take a real methodical approach. Phase 1 is down here. We have 3 games. Those will be training games. You know, we'll play no more than 45 minutes. You know, each group. First game will be most likely 30 minutes with 3 groups. But we've got 12 days and 3 training games. And then phase 2 is back in Portland. We have obviously our preseason tournament, which is a week earlier this year. We'll build the guys up there, you know, 60 minutes at most in those games, maybe more in the last game versus Vancouver. Then phase 3 is the final phase. We're going on the road to LA, and we want to be playing the majority of the guys 90 minutes to prepare in that first game, March 3rd.
With, you mentioned Friday's game, maybe 3 groups doing 30 minutes. Is that kind of, from your perspective, kind of going to be a first group, second group, third group, or a little bit of mixing in between there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's guys that we know are going to be first guys, and we'll probably put them together, and then there'll be some guys that aren't here, you know, Nagby, so on and so forth. Guzman, you know, is coming back from playing a lot of games with Costa Rica, so we'll see where he's at. We have to be smart and careful. He's in a different, you know, kind of track and bucket than some of the other guys. And then we're gonna, you know, obviously throw in some guys to see how they do, and we're starting to create that competition for jobs, which is important. And that was a big, again, initiative in the off season. Let's create as much competition as possible. Let's get as deep as possible, and let's make sure we have guys that know that training means something, that they're competing to prepare for the game, but they're competing to win jobs. And some of that will started today, and will continue throughout the preseason. So how we break it up, we'll see. But yeah, there'll be probably, whether it's a first or second game, somewhat of a, you know, a group that we think might be in the first 11, then maybe a next group, and then maybe a next group. But we do have some trialists we need to look at to make decisions on. We've got some young guys that we want to look at, draft picks, guys we've signed, young guys, see how they look, and the depth chart will start to shake out. We also have some T2 guys, and we wanted to bring them in to show that real connection. We wanted the numbers as well, and allows Gregor to get his guys going early.
With the trialists, I've heard Adu, I've heard Ryan Johnson. I don't know who the third one is. Can you, for what you can talk about with that, can you talk about why you're bringing them in, and if these are guys that could potentially be competing, or just kind of expect the training?
No idea, where they shake out, but we don't bring guys in just to bring them in. I mean, obviously, we want to take a look, but we have no illusion as well on how it's going to go. But we'll see how they do when they come in. But they'll be arriving here in the next several days. Obviously, Ryan Johnson, we know he was with us several years ago and left. It's been overseas for a couple years, and we still have his rights. So, he wanted to come back in, and we wanted to get a look at him just to kind of see how he looks. And Freddie Adu, obviously, I know through the U23s, and he's been asking for a trial, and I felt like, listen, I know the player. I know he hasn't been in form as much recently in the last several years. I have no idea where he's at, to be honest with you. But I do know 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, for me with the U23s, he's one of our best players. So I also know what he's capable of, and he wants to show that he's back to that. But I haven't seen him in 4 years, so we'll see how he looks, and no idea how that's going to work out. Like most of the trialists, it's a trial for a reason. It's a trial to see, and it's a trial to to measure how these guys look and where they're at. And we'll also have another player you'll see. We'll let you know who that is, but a player from Costa Rica that could possibly be depth at center back or right back.
Also, I just wanted to check in on Taylor Pay. I know you guys had been discussions with him. He's not here. What's the?
Yeah, we couldn't work out an agreement. We made an offer, a bona fide offer, and he didn't accept it, and we've never come to an agreement. So he's not here.